He questioned the possibility of finding love in his life before he created Galatea. But back then it hadn't bothered him so much, because he'd never loved a woman before. But now he had fallen in love with a statue, and for him it was real. She was real. Sadly, that love would remain unrequited, and he was destined to be alone. With a heavy heart and no one else in there, he made his way to the front and knelt at the altar. The statue at the front of Aphrodite was average. It certainly didn't do her justice, the way he would have, had he been the one awarded the commission. But it was nice enough. Nonetheless, he began to spill his guts and tell the goddess of his problems with his beautiful statue. So you see, Aphrodite, I may love her, but I will never have that love in return. What good is a love like that? I almost wish I had never created her. What was I thinking? If I had known that falling in love would bring such sorrow, I don't think I would have done it. After he concluded his speech, she became sleepy and must have passed out, because the next thing he knew, he woke up, having fallen asleep on the kneeling cushions. His head throbbed and his mouth felt dry. Stiffly, he rose and made his way outside the temple, then staggered through the streets for home. When he got to his place, he stumbled up the steps. He turned the key in the lock and entered the apartment, instantly noticing the air felt different. Warmer, as if someone had been there. Alarmed, he rushed to the studio to check on his precious Galatea. As he entered the room, he could see immediately what had changed. His heart leapt as he took her in, for her cheeks were rosy, her eyes were light blue, no longer the white stone, and they sparkled in the light. Her full lips were now as shiny and red as a juicy pomegranate, not dull as they were before. Her skin bore the creamy, sensuous tone of real flesh. He was desperate to touch it. "Galatea!" he cried. She blinked. "Yes?" A million butterflies fluttered their wings inside his stomach. How had this happened? When he left, she had been merely a statue made of stone. A gorgeous one he was in love with, but a statue nonetheless. How, upon his return, could his beautiful creation be alive? "You're real," he stammered. "How did this happen?" A bewitching smile stretched across her face. "I do not know, but here I am." He rushed toward her and took her hands in his. They were warm and soft as rose petals, and he picked them up to inspect them. They were perfect, down to her well-shaped fingernails and individual fingerprints. She was real. It was everything he could have dreamed of. His perfect woman, in the flesh, no longer made of cold, hard stone, but flesh and blood, a true companion in every sense of the word. But wait, it all seemed too good to be true. So he took her by the hand and helped her stand. "Do you mind?" he asked. "Not at all," she said agreeably. He twirled her around and cupped her chin in his hand. Then he pressed a hand to her heart. Yes, it was truly beating. Realizing his hand was on part of her breast, he blushed. "I hope you don't mind." She laughed and placed her hand over his. "It's fine." Suddenly it struck him. She must be hungry. "Would you like something to eat? You must be starved." "Hungry?" She appeared puzzled. "You look to be human now. There are things humans have to do. They have to drink and eat food to stay alive. You'll probably notice a rumble in your stomach." He pointed to her belly. "Not just yet. Perhaps that will come later." He had so many questions, and the more he asked, the less she knew. It was as though she was just dropped onto the earth and didn't know much before a few weeks ago, around the time she was created. But when he asked her if she recalled some of the stories he told her, she surprised him by saying she did.